Hey, what is up, YouTube? How you guys doing tonight, man? As always, audio check here. How's my voice? How's the audio, soundtrack audio in the background? Is it too noisy? How are we doing? Man's Tube, K, Bull G, Jazza, what's going on, gang? Cool J, thank you. Awesome. Adam, hello. KG Trades, Cheyenne, what up, man? Marty Trades, TML, what up? Hope you guys had a good weekend, wherever you are. Hopefully the weather's nice as well. I know Ron G was telling me he was having like a storm literally just leading up to the stream, so glad everything was okay on his end over there. If you're in Vancouver, you probably can feel the weather. It's been quite hot here, actually. I believe if I saw the weather actually in Alberta, I think it's like raining over there. I know some of you guys are from Edmonton and Calgary here, so. Sanchin, how's it going, man? Arnaud, hello. Elite, what is up? How's it going, Anna? Good to see you in here. All right, just typing all that out just so we have for the gang here. LOL, what up, man? Kubko, good to see you, man. Adam, good morning, man. Itachi Trades, man. I love your name, man. If you've been following me long, I think you know why I love that name. Killer, dude. The Alpha, what's going on, man? Devon, good to see you, man. Jay Sullivan, hello. Cruffin, what up, man? In about 12 minutes here, I'll do the chart review, gang. So we'll chat on that in a bit here. Just a reminder, guys, new or experienced, keep in mind, if you guys don't know already, the NQ contracts have rolled over. So if you really want to get the smoothest price action, you're going to want to move over to the NQU, which I highlighted at the bottom of the text here. So you guys have that available, okay? Don't want you guys getting caught up in a wreckage because you didn't have the right contract set up. All you guys that are rolling in as well, you know what to do, man. Drop a like and subscribe, man, on the stream here. Helps us with the algo so we can get out there a little bit more. You're long at 535, Vic. 535. Vic, just confirming your comment there. Are you assuming you're targeting 535? You're in longs, I presume. What was your entry, man? This little bit of resistance that we're seeing here on the NQ is not surprising, as you can see from my channel here, where it's obviously a little bit of resistance, which is very normal. Very normal. Long-time follower. Appreciate you, Itachi. From one Uchiha to another, man. SCNG, what up, man? P1, what up, man? Gotcha, Vic. What up, Trading Bot? Itachi, man. I appreciate the love. You know what it is, man? It's the Sharingan and the Uchiha blood, man. That's what it is. For those who don't know, if you guys are wondering what's with the weird music in the background, I'm actually just playing at the soundtrack from one of my most favorite games that I grew up on, which is the Assassin's Creed 2 franchise, the one with Ezio Auditore. It's my favorite Assassin's Creed franchise. Aiming for 551. Okay, okay. I see you. I see you. Theo, weekend was good, man. Weekend was good. Very busy as usual. Wouldn't have it any other way. Just catching up with some stuff. Spend some time with the family, you know. It's actually quite routine. You know what it is? It's kind of like similar to trading. A lot of times, you know, people think that trading is like this exciting thing that you're just, you know, getting all riled up over all the time. My life is kind of boring in the sense of it's very routine-like. Every single day has its purpose for me, 7 days a week. Whether it's like laundry, errands, preparing business reviews, site valuations, mentorship one-on-ones, like everything. It's so routine, like clockwork. Occasionally I'll have some gaps where I'll like kind of flex random things in and out, but for the most part, it's very, very routine actually on my end. So, but no, it's good though, man. It's good. Busy, wouldn't have it any other way though. I find that especially in certain places, depending on where you live, it's kind of hard not to be super busy, because if you're not super busy, it's kind of like can't really get by in this market. So I know for myself, I'm in a better position financially than most people, but like in most cases where I live, it's kind of tough to get by if you're not hustling. Cheyenne going for 2R 550, eh? 550. Okay, I hear you. Sounds like you and Balji have a very similar target range here. I mean, I think if we get this breakout, we can. I don't think that's impossible, to be honest. Just gotta break out of this channel here. Hey, Rye Guy. Thanks, man. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, LOL. I haven't played Assassin's Creed since basically Black Flag. Like, I played number 3, played Black Flag, but I didn't really play it that much. The Ezio trilogy was the one that I played in-depthly. Like, after I had beaten the game, I actually like went back and played every single side quest and every single mission. Mind you, this was a very different point in time in my life. I was like in my late teens when I was playing this, I believe. So I had a lot more freedom than I do now. But it was such a great franchise. I mean, I know they did like a remastered version of the Ezio trilogy, but honestly, if they could like make it like sharp, like PlayStation 5 graphic sharp, I would totally, I would buy it and I would play it all over again, man. Yeah, man. And LOL, just, yeah, routines, man. I mean, I think that's just what it is too, right? Like, in order to be able to do the execute on the consistency in life, you have to have routine, right? And routine can be boring, but it's necessary. The volatility of life itself can be very challenging for many people. Hey, Flashy. No, not yet, man. I'm about to do the trade review in about 6 minutes, though. I took a trade earlier today already, and I'll touch on that a little bit later on when I do the chart review. So I do have a daily payout locked in already on one of my TPT accounts. So the other TPT account, we'll see if we have another trade that we can lock in tonight. I'm on a streak. I basically locked in a daily payout every single day in the month of June. It's been nonstop. Now, with that said, it doesn't mean I'm going to shoot for arbitrary goals, like trying to do that every day, because I don't think that's healthy. But so far, it's been a solid run thus far. And if you type in NQU26, nothing pops up. Really? Let me just double check. Interesting. There you go. Like that. Sorry. NQ 2026. My apologies. Thank you for flagging that, by the way. Who is that? K Brissetti. That's how you do it, man. If you, I don't know if you can see it on my screen right now. Type in NQU 2026 and it'll work. I'll correct that. Thank you for flagging that for me. There you go. What up, Drew King? Honestly, I'll tell you, as a parent, we do laundry every day. I'm not even exaggerating. I have a laundry basket in the wash and dryer every single day, 7 days a week. Hey, Jake. Good to see you, man. GCX Factor. First off, congratulations, buddy. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I would say that I think that for yourself right now, don't worry about the arbitrary aspect of those targets. That can really get to you. Just trade the chart, right? Predetermine your plan. If $250 is what you need on the day, I don't know how much you usually shoot for on a given day, but just kind of manage your risks, your contract size. Like, what is like a healthy target that you can expect to capture on the market with the sizing that you have, and just patiently wait and snipe. And just remember, right? Like, I think for all you guys right now so far on the stream, guys, when you're trading prop firms, I get it. You have the itch to get the minimum trading day in, but don't fall victim to that, right? They are counting on you to do that, right? Your setup may not present itself every single day. So just make sure that, although yes, you're 2 days away from getting that payout, that doesn't mean you have to get it done in the next 2 days. You might not get it for the next 5 days, right? And I know it's tough to hear that, but you gotta make sure you make peace with that as well, right? Trade the setup. Don't trade those rules, right? Don't get consumed by it. That'd be my advice to you, GCX Factor. Yeah, right, guy. I usually do the NQ 1 exclamation as well. Mohammed, man, good to see you. You know what's kind of crazy? I actually posted this on my Instagram earlier. Was it last night? No, it was early this morning. I reposted a story, which was technically a reel that I had shared from like 14 months ago, back in like April of 2025. And it's crazy to think that back in April 2025, the NQ was trading underneath 20,000. And here we are 14 months later, trading in the 30,000 range. Like, who would have thought the NQ would have seen a 50% increase over the course of 14 months? Freaking crazy. Eddie Santa, if gold presents something tonight, I absolutely will trade it. But we'll see what the market presents itself, right? Baljit, you're out of your trade now? I didn't catch the UFC fight. I don't actually watch too much TV. I'm not even following FIFA right now. I know everyone's been kind of crazy on that. MDC. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll go through the chart review in just about 2 minutes here, gang. Yeah, I'm not really a breakout trader myself. Not my cup of tea. I used to trade breakout trades a lot when I used to trade small cap stocks. It was a big thing I used to go after. There used to be a thing that was kind of like an ABCD pattern, which is like basically a breakout pattern, and that I used to do with small caps specifically. But I don't find that I get the same kind of follow through on that trading futures or options. So I don't do that so much with other asset classes. Gold's had one hell of a run. Cheyenne, I'm rooting for you here to get your TP. Right now, it looks like you and Vic Med are setting the same price target here. I have the alert set to let me know when your target hits. All right, I'm gonna switch up the music to some EDM. All right. Yeah, MDC. It doesn't work for me either. Like, don't get me wrong. I know that there's a lot of traders that do use breakout strategies, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's not my cup of tea personally. To be honest, Mohammed, I don't put too much emphasis on fundamentals all too much. Ever since I moved over to trading options and futures, I would say even options and futures. I'd say both the same. The economic state I don't weigh too heavily on. And what I mean by that is not to say that I completely ignore it. Obviously, if there's some blaring news, things that I should really be deeply involved in, I will. But I would never use news as a form of like reversing the momentum. So like if a chart's very bullish to me, I'm not just going to suddenly expect to reverse it just because economically it doesn't look good. Just personally, like I said, I don't like to fight the trend. So I like to trade the chart. All right, guys. So I am going to dive right into the chart review. So before I do that, as always, first and foremost, guys, drop a like and subscribe. Thumbs up on the stream, guys. If we get to 250 thumbs up today, I'll give away a 25K growth account. It has no activation fee to these accounts with Tradeify, one of the best prop firms out there. So just want to let you guys know that. My name's Alan, Azheng Trades, previously known as Uchiha Trades. I am the pre-London host for Project 365. What is Project 365? We are a group of 5 hosts that stream 5-6 days a week, 10 hours a day. So I believe that no matter where you are around the world, we have something that we can offer you guys, right? Ron G kind of streams just right before me during the Asia session. We got Jake Ricci, the GOAT, who opens up the New York session. And then we got Lamelli and we got Mitch, who take care of the afternoon session here as well. So I just want to thank you guys for obviously tuning in here because it means a lot to us. And honestly, all we're asking for is that thumbs up on stream and subscribe because that's really helps what motivates us to continue to do more of these every single day as often as we can. Many of us hosts on the stream are looking to expand our hours more and more. I know I talk about in my stream a lot that once my life gets settled after I move, I will absolutely expand my hours so that I'm not just streaming for 2, I'll be streaming for 3, maybe even 4 hours, which means I'll catch the pre-London and the London session with the gang. So working towards that obviously in the future, but not right now. But anyways, that's kind of who I am. Just want to let you guys know. I am going to jump straight into the chart review. So what I usually go through, by the way, when I go through chart review, is that I am going to go through the top-down analysis, as I always do, specifically on NQ and gold. Why NQ and gold? Because those are the charts that I trade personally. Depending on the given day, if I have time, I can review other ones, but I generally stick to the 2 specifically, just because it's my cup of tea, and it sounds like for most of you guys, it's the same as well. When I go through the chart review, I am not answering any questions in the chat. I will answer all the questions later on at some point. All the loyal followers here know that I'm very good about re-engaging and connecting and answering all your questions. It's just that when I am doing the chart review, I'm very focused on this, right? I will also note that throughout the course of the stream today, as usual, and I always preface this because people who are new might not understand this, but I might not take a trade sometimes, right? It does happen, right? And the reason why it's because I am more focused on connecting with you guys more than anything else. So I will call out setups, I will call out trades, things to look for. But if I'm answering questions and going through the chat, I might miss trades. And it happens all the time. And that's okay with me. Because again, we're not here to develop signal traders. We're here to build and nurture trading environment of learning in hopes that you guys will be able to sustainably trade on your own. Like that is really kind of the goal here for all of us, right? So anyways, with that, I am gonna hop right into the charts. We're gonna go over NQ first, as I always do. And I did have to update the chart. And the reason why I'm saying I had to update the chart is because with the contract rollovers, all my levels, my opening prints, my AOIs, my channels, everything's been shifted. So I had to make some adjustments, right? So some of it might seem really random and very wide, and that's just because of the recent changes. What I'll likely usually do when we do these contract rollovers, and this is something very new I have never really talked about in any of the streams so far, is that when we go through these contract rollovers, I'll have my channels and stuff like that marked out. However, as the day and the week goes on, I will start to refine them based on how price reacts over the course of the week. Just because in early parts of it, I will find that my channels are quite wide. So it is kind of, it is a little bit different from what it normally is versus the more precise channels that you guys have seen on all my other streams. So anyways, we're gonna hop right into this, gang. So welcome to Project 365, man. All right, let's go take a look at the weekly chart here, guys. So on the weekly chart here, we put in a nice weekly kind of failure to go lower. I'm going to call that a bullish spinning top candle that basically retraced 50% of the move. Those who know, when I talk about Fibonacci retracement, although it's not my specific indicator I like to use, if I were to use it though, I like to look at the 50% retracement as a spot of interest. And that's exactly what we did during our last week's candle by the time that we got to the very end. So for those who have been saying, and I've been kind of like providing my narrative on this on Discord, on Instagram, people have been messaging me. When it comes to the chart, people were saying to me, Alan, we're on the daily downtrend now. We're on the daily downtrend. And I'm like, I don't think so. You know, I've said this very clearly. I don't think we're in a downtrend. I said it very clearly. I said that until market structure breaks, I'm still bullish on NQ at least, right? And so this weekly play has really showed us that we are doing that. Now, am I saying that this is just going to keep going? No, because we did gap up, as you can see on the candle here. We have gapped up. Is there a possibility that we close the gap before we keep moving higher at some point throughout the week? Yeah, it's possible that could happen. That is a potential play that can happen. It doesn't mean I'm going to marry my bias to it, but it's a potential play that we will look for. On the daily time frame, you can see here as well, our Thursday, we had the daily engulfing bar, followed by the next daily bar that closed above the other ones as well. And then again, you can see that we've gapped up on the daily as well here. So nothing too surprising there on that regard. Kind of just building on what I already talked about on the weekly. Now on the hourly time frame as well, you can see here that when we did come to the channel, it did give us like a sell signal, which it did offer a little bit of a move down. It just wasn't that big of a move, right? But as of right now, based on how we just closed off the last hour, I'm bullish going into this session right now. Now we obviously have a channel, we have levels above us, so we could still pull back, but I am bullish on our way here. So anyone right now, you're shooting for 550, 551 price target. I think it's very possible that you get there, and I hope you get there right now. So I know right now we got Vic Med and we got Cheyenne both in those NQ longs right now. So power to you, man. I'm wishing you best of luck on that setup. And so now coming into today, you can kind of already see here where we're at here. I mean, our Globex open was down here. I mean, it was a pretty massive move up. And I am going to talk about the trade that I took earlier already. So I've only had one trade on the day so far. But I'm going to go through, as I always do. Now, this is where it's going to be a little tricky, because like I said, I always go through the last stream just to go through so that you guys can see how I would have traded the chart. Because everything has been moved around, it's not going to be as good. Let's just say that. So for you guys, if this is your first time hopping on my stream, this might be a little bit more sloppy compared to the past past like 8 weeks of streams. And the loyal guys in here will know exactly what I'm talking about. Usually when I go into talking about this like this, where I said, hey, okay, let's go into the last London stream, all my reference points and everything are still very on point. But because everything's been shifted, right now, basically, it's not going to be as clean. That's all I'm basically saying. So for all the new guys, apologies. If you watch my old streams, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But talking about what we did coming from the Globex session last time. So we knew that we traded together, and I called out this break and retest down to the downside on the NQ. I said that I was either looking for longs on a break and retest above VWAP or a break and retest below the 29749.5. You guys know on that, unfortunately for me, I got wicked out on that trade, and then it ran without me. But all is good. Things happen. Game of probability. But I was happy because I know a lot of people in the cohort here, in the YouTube channel here, was able to capture that short. And this gave us a 180-point move to the downside. So that was a really solid trade. In the same regard that later on in the session, after the London had opened, as usual, as I mentioned, after the first hour of London Open, it usually sets up something nice for me to take. If you didn't catch this higher low break and retest above that same 29,749 spot, then you had a nice double bottom that gave you that same move up later on. So if you played the longs off of that, that was a nice solid play as well. Going into the New York Open, you can see here that it was a pretty tricky day overall. Again, that same 29,749 point that I referenced earlier on, you could have traded on the New York again. You can see here that the NQ moved down and it pushed back up. And what did we do? We basically respected this area and we pulled right back down. I know one of my students, John, caught that short trade to the downside because he texted me the moment he caught it. And the crazy thing, and this is what I love about it when I hear students talk about this, he was literally he was actually on the road doing his work. And because he had the ability to, setup was so clean, he took the trade while he was on the go, right? Now, I personally don't take trades on the go like that because it's like, I know that doesn't work well for me, but I always love that, you know, whatever craft of work you do, trading is such a nice side hustle that gives you the ability to do those kind of things, right? Now, on this day, I was also doing a one-on-one with the students, so I know that I had to walk through a lot of different things. I was talking about how this is very tricky price action. You know, it doesn't look like we're getting a lot of follow through because other than that kind of opening period here within the first like 10 minutes, afterwards, none of the trades I was really interested in. Now, I was in and out, but the only trade that I actually caught on the day was the channel rejection up here. I believe I posted that on Discord or on YouTube or on Instagram. I can't remember, but this channel reject was very clean. So I managed to take a short trade off of that, and I didn't catch the whole move. I caught half the move. That's all I was looking for, and I locked it up. I will show you guys the stuff later. I'm very transparent with the cohort and the group here about my payouts and all that stuff. Although I don't post it on Instagram and stuff like that, just because I don't want to be that guy who's always constantly posting about payouts. I will share that on stream. I'll go through my dashboards on the specific prop firms. I'll also show my trader stats, which is where I archive all of my trades, everything, my stats, including also the payout collection that I've done over the past 2 years here. So anyways, that short trade was really, really solid. If you caught that, amazing. Again, that same 29,749 spot ended up becoming the best long spot after that pull down, where you could have caught longs again, which brought us back up to the channel, up to the level area as well. And then from there on out, for the rest of the day, we basically just ranged. Right? Now, coming into today, obviously we see this big gap up move, and I'm looking at this, and we're in between channels right now. And man, that really sucks to see this pullback, because I know some of you guys are in longs right now. We were getting so close there. The goal here now, guys, this would be that break and retest, right? We really want to see us hold this channel now that we've kind of come up above it. So we've kind of broken back above. We want to see this bounce. And now I want whoever's in these longs right now, I want you to get your target hit right now. In the next 2 to 4 minutes here, I'd love for that candle push to happen. I don't want a failure. Not good for you guys if that happens. Let's get a nice engulfing bar close and see if we can push all the way up there for you guys, okay? Now on the NQ session today, what am I looking for? We have had quite a move up already. Am I going to look for a pullback? I am definitely going to watch to see if we can potentially get a pullback somewhere between this 553 to 561 area. Maybe capture maybe a 1 or 2 hour short potential. Otherwise, what I'd like to see here is I'd like to see a break and retest above the level here or the low parts of the channel and see if we can catch longs. How long do you want to hold it for? That is going to be completely up to you as a trader. I don't think I'm going to hold it for super long during the pre-London session, because most of this period, it's very like rangy and choppy. I'm not looking for big moves. I'm happy with just taking like 1 to 2 R, and I think many of you guys know that. Occasionally I'll capture those 5 R trades, as you guys have also seen, but it's not every day, especially during the session, that I'll do that. But I'd be interested to see if we can get a break and retest above the level here and the channel. So I'll just kind of draw that out a little bit here farther right. Kind of what I'm looking for here, okay? Now, if we're going for shorts, I would definitely want to see us kind of lose this channel area, like beneath us. I would want us to see some sort of like breakdown. That's kind of what I would kind of want to look for, to be honest. So we'll see. We don't know if these are going to happen, right? But as always, this is kind of essentially what I would look for on the given chart, depending on how we're setting up. And the reason why I don't like to speculate too much and say like, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen, is because anything can happen. A tweet can happen, a news candle can come in, it can shift the tide of the trade. I'm more so here to just navigate and react to whatever the market offers me. I know people always ask in the chat, Alan, do you think we can hit this? What do we think is going to happen when London opens? My answer always to you is going to be, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't want to be here and try to pretend that I can predict the market. I don't know how to do that. I can chart and see where potentials can happen. And I would say that here's what I'm looking for a reaction. And that's essentially what I look for from the given chart itself. Okay. So that's the NQ. All right. I'm just going to go through the quick chat here really quickly here before I go through the gold chart next, just to make sure I didn't miss any big questions here. London open, Ibrahim, yeah. London opens at midnight Pacific Standard Time. Or for you guys, if you're in the Eastern time zone, that'd be 3 a.m. in the morning. Thanks, Ali, man. Good to see you, man. Hopefully you and the kiddos are doing good. You said you already hit 550 on the NQU contract September. Really? I don't see that. 546 is the highest I see. That's interesting. Goofy, the GOAT. One of the students that I'm very proud of. He's been killing it lately, man. He's either, what, like 40K in payout this year already, man? Jeez. No, I don't only trade break and retest, but as of right now, that's what I would be looking for. Study and brew, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Oh, MNQU. Okay. I don't trade MNQU, so yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Cheyenne, generally speaking, you don't want to suffocate your trades. I mean, with that said, I'm good with taking 1Rs if like the trade setup looks good for it. But if you had a trade plan for 2R, you just have to make sure you remind yourself as to why you wanted that, right? Okay, awesome. With that, I'm going to go straight into the gold trade now. Just before I hop into that, I just see the quick question there. Does it apply to ES? Maybe. I mean, the thing is that sometimes ES does things that are different, right? I think what you guys call divergence. I don't trade the ES, so I don't want to say yes to you blindly like that, BensTube. Yet you might have to take a look to see if the chart looks the same. If the chart looks the same, sure, maybe. But yeah, I don't want to tell you that because I don't really know for sure. I don't trade the ES at all. Okay. All right, gold. Okay. So you guys know I've been a big old bear on gold every stream. Okay. And so to be honest, not much has changed for me. Yes, I know we've gapped up the same way that we gapped up on the NQ. But I'm still bearish, man. I've been bearish since the daily consolidation that we had, which I'll highlight in a bit. But I mean, yes, we've spiked on the weekly. So we did obviously spike this area of interest that I had on my chart for quite some time now, right? You guys saw this from the past few streams. If we do manage to start breaking beneath the close of last Friday, then I do think we have some room to keep moving down, but we'll gauge. We don't want to obviously speculate all too much. I am bearish though. On the daily time frame, we've gapped out both days now, and I feel like it's at some point, especially if we come up to here, I do have a level, an area of interest, and a channel. So if gold makes its way up to 43.67 to 43.67 to 43.87, I do think there's a possibility for a short setup that comes up here later on, but we'll let the chart tell us what's possible and what's not, obviously. On the hourly time frame, we've obviously just been pushing up here, and the last hourly candle seems bullish, obviously, so we'll see if we get follow through or not. If this hourly sets in a sell signal for us, I mean, I'm definitely open to shorts on gold. I am, like I said, I'm more bearish than I'm bullish. Now, over the course of now leading into the London Open or into New York, if we do come up to this area, like I said, I am interested in shorts up here. Until then, I mean, I don't want to be too premature. The past few hours here, it does look like we've been just kind of ranging here on gold. As you can see here, we've just in this box range. And so I'll just kind of do this just to kind of give you a sense of it, and I'll change the color so it doesn't look exactly the same. What color do I want to use? Black? Yeah, let's do black. There you go. Like, this is the range that we've been in, right? So as of right now, I wouldn't trade this too much for gold. I'd wait to get some sort of like breakout or something to give us a sense of what's going to happen next for gold. On the FF indicator, you know, I'll talk about that after in a bit. But anyways, that's my 2 cents right now. So I'm looking for a pull up still on gold if we can, and I'll find the hard rejection up there. Otherwise, what I'd like to see is I'd like this to lose the channel beneath us and retest the channel range for a breakdown. That's essentially what I'm looking for. So we'll see. We'll see if we get that, right? Like I said, I am bearish on gold more than I am bullish. That would be my kind of 2 cents right now on the gold chart. I'm just going to move the arrow here so it's not like blocking the view. But yeah, that is kind of what I'm looking for this. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, and then the FF indicator. That's what I was going to talk about. So on gold right now, you can see here, we are closing beneath the 2-minute trigger line, which is here, which is this line, this thick line here. This is the 5-minute trigger line. So we're still holding above. ideally, if you were using the FF indicator in conjunction, and this is where that trade plan that I just showed you on gold earlier with that break and retest down, that would look very good, because on the FF indicator, what we want to see happen here is we want to see us now lose this trigger line and see if we can get an aggressive sell-off off gold there. So we'll see. We don't know. Again, I don't want to speculate all too much, but if you were to throw in the analysis I just put earlier to now looking into this, that'd be a good idea. NQ, same thing. We're closing beneath the 2-minute trigger line right now. We might be able to get a nice short trade on NQ down towards the 5-minute trigger line here, which is about, what is it, a 16, 17 point move. But again, let's just take a look at the chart actually right now as well. Yeah, we're starting to kind of close beneath this channel here now, right? So we might actually come down and test the bottom of this channel here on the NQ. I'm not entering anything because this is too far gone for me at this point. Otherwise, I'm risking more than I'd like to. But yeah, that's kind of the trade thesis and the trade review on both asset classes. For you guys who are just rolling in here now, because I know that there's more of you guys here than when I started earlier, definitely drop a thumbs up on the stream here, guys, so I can do that account giveaway. On my streams, I'll generally do the first giveaway as the one that Rake provides us, which is the Tradeify one right now. But then as we go through the stream, if we can keep getting more thumbs up along the way, like 400 thumbs up or more, I will do more and more giveaways with other props as well. So just throwing it out there for the guys who are just newer here. So yeah, I'm just gonna read through the chat here just to see if I missed anything else. Goofy, 56K, my man. So proud, dude. Way to go. I don't watch TV much actually, so whether it's athlete sport, as in soccer or basketball, or a fighting sport like UFC or boxing, I don't watch it. I don't catch it. But I know a lot of people are watching it though. Look at the country, look for that short of that channel. Sagar, sorry, I don't know when you typed that question in. Are you referring to the NQ right now? Jane Bond 999. I draw my channels, areas of interest, levels, everything. I base them on larger time frames, hourly, 4-hour, daily, weekly. I'm just looking basically for pivot spots on a chart that looks interesting to me. Yeah, Cheyenne. All good, man. Expectation management, right? The gold one. Okay. Oh, this one up here. Sorry, so let's check. What would the confirmation you look for to short that channel? So for me, ideally, what I'd like to see if I was to short this, I would want to see some sort of let me use, what should I use for this? Give me 1 second here. I would like to see some sort of a reaction here from like a candle bar failure there, or I'd like to see a candle bar failure up there. That's essentially what I would want to look for. Hopefully that answers your question, Sagar. Can we see crude? I don't trade crude oil, but sure. What's crude doing? Looks like we're trying to trade and reject this VWAP area. So now gold's testing that channel here, literally to the wick, as you guys can see. So this is the channel, and the black one is the range. That's just the gold range that we've been in. Jane Bond. Which levels did you... What do you mean by levels, though, right? So the channels are drawn on the hourly, 4-hour, daily, weekly. So it's drawn on multiple time frames. So when you say level, I'm not really too sure what you mean by that. If you look at the larger time frame, you'll find spots where you can go after that. So Duchess of Darkness, I have a system. So my whole trading system that I use covers a lot of that actually. So I go through in detail because I trade multi-time frame analysis and I go through top-down analysis as well. Everyone looks at things differently, right? Like I think that like you'll see so many people on YouTube go through top-down analysis one way. I might do it another way. It totally is a matter of preference at the end of the day. A lot of times what I tell people is that you can find a strategy that works super, super well for one person and it might not work so well for another. And that's just more so because of the fact that as traders, we all have different trading styles, right? We have different personalities as well. So sometimes it's just a matter of whether or not we can relate and connect with that. That's just the Globex opening print, Anna, from the last stream. I put it there just so that I could reference it for our conversation. Yeah, support and resistance, Duchess. My eyes are kind of drying out from the fan that I have here, but if I didn't have my fan here, I'd be melting right now, so. So Jane Bond, first and foremost, I don't trade ICT, so I couldn't answer your question about fair value gap. That's obviously that's an ICT terminology. So I don't really know what that is, but I'm looking for basically pivots on the chart is what I'm looking for. So it depends, right? Also, like when I talk about channels, right? Sometimes I'll draw channels like the one I did on gold earlier, where I'm just drawing a range channel just to show you guys that we're ranging. And then sometimes I'll do the pre-marked one. Those are the higher time frame pivot ones, right? Yeah, Anna, that's the one I'm referring to. It's the old Globex line. That's what I was talking about earlier. I did it just for the chart review so that you guys would understand what I'm referring to. I leave things on the chart purposely so that I can review it again with you guys on streams, like over and over again, so that you guys can see that consistency in the things that I'm talking about. Make a new low before all-time highs on NQ. Could this be liquidation pump? I don't know. I mean, right now, like I did my chart review, Dara. I'm not sure if you hopped in earlier, but I talked about how like I wouldn't be surprised if we close the gap before we continue higher. Like I wouldn't be surprised. When would that happen? I have no idea. Like I don't even know if it's going to happen, right? So is there a scenario where I believe that we can come back down, close the gap on NQ and then move higher? Yes, I do. Is that going to happen now? I can't speculate that all too much, to be honest. How do you implement your entry with VWAP? What's the thesis? So, I mean, I think this comes, now the subjectivity to that question depends on like, obviously what time frame you like to trade on. Now, I know traders who like to trade on the 1 minute time frame will just look for a 1 minute failure or a 1 minute engulfing or something like that, right? To take their entry. For myself, I like the 2 minute, 5 minute types of entries is kind of what I would look for on if I was looking at VWAP. And then obviously depending on what like the chart thesis that you might have in conjunction with that, right? No problem, Jane. ES looking more bullish than NQ. Is it? I guess the dips are not as deep. Would be the answer to that one, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the clarity, DJK Slide. I have students that actually use fair value gaps. I just don't use them myself. So as far as like the specifics and the understanding of it, it's not like my arena. So I want to make sure that I don't give like information away that I could be falsifying technically because I don't actually know what it means. A lot of times I actually have to ask my students to remind me what the fair value gap is before I can provide them coaching on it. Damn, FOMO futures. Sorry to hear, man. You go to the Turkey match? Are you talking about FIFA right now? I don't know. I don't actually follow sports too much. I don't mind playing it, but I don't watch it. So on the NQ right now, this would be the definition of a 1, 2, 3 to the downside on the NQ. So what we want to see here now that we kind of rejected that trend line up there, we broke beneath the trigger line, this retest of that same trend line now, we want to now get a break and follow through down shorts on NQ. So this would be ideal. Now we do have the 5 minute trigger line here that's potentially going to support it. But this is a short trade that we would essentially want to see on the NQ right now if we get follow through. Looks like gold is having that follow through that we were talking about earlier. So there's the meltdown on gold, guys. Beautiful, beautiful rejection. Close beneath. Retested the trigger line here. You see here. Retested that trigger line, and then we continued downwards. That close beneath the 5-minute trigger line was also very nice to see. We'll see if NQ gets the same follow through or not, though. FX Peter, yeah, man, they've been delayed. I'll show you later on as well. You'll actually see my, because I go through this almost every stream. You'll see my submitted, and it's like it's still pending. So I have like Thursday and Friday, that's still pending. Well, actually, no, technically the same thing. I'm technically pending Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because I requested for Fridays at the end of day, which means that technically the request didn't go through until just this morning today. So the money is obviously extracted out of my accounts, as I'm sure it's the same thing for you, but it hasn't been paid into my account just yet. Sometimes they can be very slow, man. I was not a high-performing individual. I was ambitious when I was young, growing up, because, again, I think you guys know the story, and I grew up poor. So I was obviously hungry to do well, but I wouldn't say that I was high-performing. Honestly, I was actually really crappy in school. I was worried that I was going to fail my mom actually when I was growing up because I was really bad at school. I couldn't get it. I wasn't diagnosed, but I'm almost 100% sure that I'm ADHD. So I struggled. I struggled in school. I struggled growing up. It wasn't until I actually got my first job when I was 14 that it really showed me that, you know what, I may not be good at school, but when it comes to like execution, like having some like rules and criteria, guidelines from like a job, I can do extremely well. And I think that the nurturing of my professional career and my job actually made me a high performer. So I would say innately myself, I am an individual who really, really, really wants to do well. I'm hungry, I'm driven, I've got the drive to excel, but my intellectual side of me didn't really kick in until I got my job. Like I honestly thought I was gonna be the dumbest kid ever when I was in school. I was not good at it. Sean, that's the 2-minute and the 5-minute that you saw earlier on the FF indicator. Do I trade silver? No, I don't trade silver. Just gold and NQ. I stick to 2 tickers only. I've always done that. Even when I used to trade options, I would only trade SPY and Tesla, and that would be pretty much it. I don't like to go through too many tickers because for me, it's a matter of setting rules for myself. If I don't have a setup within the 2 tickers that I want to trade, I just don't trade. LOL, man. Yeah, man. Honestly, though, I think like ADHD is a superpower if you can harness it. Because like what some people consider like as like people who see my life, they think I'm crazy. They're like, Alan, like, why don't you sleep or why don't you slow down? Like, why do you keep going? But for me though, naturally, I like to go. I'm always thinking of like all these different things. So I can literally be in a trade, thinking about a business plan idea, having a conversation potentially with a client. Like I'm thinking about all these different things at the same time. So, anyways, yeah. Thanks, Duchess. Honestly, like some of the things that I do as well is I've gone back to my old school before and I've done keynote speaking for them before, just to kind of speak to the youth, right? Like, and it's not to say to them in school that school's not important, but it's to make sure that they don't get discouraged, that there's learning and education comes in so many forms. And I think the world has taught us that education comes in one way, the linear way, the industrial revolution way. But I think there are so many ways that we can learn as individuals. And honestly, I try to be an inspiration for those who are not good at school because I wasn't, right? I have no university degree, I have no post-secondary education, but yet I can confidently say I can go toe-to-toe with any master's degree, PhD graduate, just because of my experience in the field, doing the work, living day by day. So hopefully for anyone who's out there right now on the stream watching and like you feel like you're struggling, you feel like you're down in the dumps and you just maybe your parents have really high expectations even, you feel like you can't live up to them. Your life, there's so much to it. There's so much meat on the bone. There's so much road left to be driven on. So I would say don't let the short-term failures impact you, right? I look at them as just pullbacks for the breakout of all-time highs in your life. So keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. How does SPY look? I haven't traded SPY in so long, dude. I don't know, man. I mean, SPY is just like ES, so I don't really put too much eggs in that basket. John's the FF indicator. I don't want to. So there's a lot to go over on the FF indicator. I don't want to spend the entire stream going over that because like I don't think it's fair to the whole group here. If you want to give it a shot, to be honest, it's actually in my link tree. There's like a 10-day free trial that you can give a shot, and you can ask the developer of the FF indicator because I'm sure they'd be more than happy to like do a one-on-one review of how the indicator works. I'm actually thinking about doing like not an interview, but like a video recording with the developer of the indicator to kind of go through some of these things and post it on YouTube just so that you guys can see how it works. Because I know there's often a lot of questions with that. Came from practice, something that was more interesting to you than school. Was that? Yeah, so I would say, Dara, you can be innately driven, right? But not have the high performance yet because you don't know yet what you're strong in, right? It's the analogy of just because a monkey can climb up a tree and an elephant can't, doesn't make the elephant any less confident. You're just two completely different animals trying to play the same game, right? So once you realize what your edge is in whatever you're doing in life, you'll find that you'll be motivated enough to really dive and double down into it so that you can really grow yourself as an individual. I do a lot of like corporate performance, talent management coaching. So like this is like 100% my realm. Every person has unique issues though, obviously. So obviously give and take, but yeah, 100% that breakout though on that gold. Yeah, Ivan, I mean, a lot of people have different reasons for why they struggle with risk management. Sometimes it's greed. Sometimes it truly is just a lack of understanding of the markets, right? Sam is 100% right. Information is everywhere, man. Like that's why a lot of times people are like, oh, why? Like, you know, if I were to learn, can't I just learn how to trade on YouTube? You could. There's so much information actually out in the space. The problem is paralysis by analysis, right? There's just so much of it. Goofy, don't bring back the degen in me, okay? I haven't traded SPX in a very, very long time. Johan, I don't have any more Pokemon cards. I donated all my Pokemon cards to my little cousin years ago, actually. I still have my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are in storage in my closet, but yeah. I don't collect them and I don't scalp them the way most people do today. Dara, it's both. It's both, right? Your question about is it the activity or just being capable? Hey, Mitch. You still awake, eh? What's up, man? What's going on, Vernani? Good to see you, man. I would say this. So there used to be a quote. I don't know if that quote is still on my email today. But back in my corporate days, I used to actually have a quote under my email that I used to use. And the quote that I used to use before, give me a second here, was the idea of the ability, like your ability as an individual determines what you're capable of doing. Your motivation now determines what you do, and then the attitude determines how well you do it. And so that quote specifically is referring to the fact that like you can still do something and do something well, even if you don't like it, if you know you're just good at it. But liking it, it gives you the attitude to accelerate it even further. So it depends on you as an individual, right? And what you're trying to work towards. Hopefully that helps. Obviously, we'll set up strat for 3 kind of related futures: Nasdaq, Russell, Nikkei, and 3 commodities. We'll also go adjusting them from entries according to macro volatility. Hey, cool, man. If you found yourself a nice edge in trading those 6 things, man, that's amazing, dude. Power to you, brother. What happened to my what happened to all of my words that I had? Oh, there it is. I was like, I'm so confused. What happened to it? Okay, hold on. What am I doing here now? I'm losing track of my my words. Oh, no wonder. Derp. That was really bad on my part. I'm just trying to find this so that I can have it on the chart for you guys. Mitch, sorry, man. I lost this, man. I lost this. I was like, where'd this go? I'm like looking at this gold chart. I don't want to lose this text here. So everyone who are hopping in here knows the drill, you know? Haha, Super Metroid, yeah. I used to be such a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, man. I actually used to duel in tournaments back then. Like the local Toys R Us and like the malls, they used to have like card dueling tournaments. I used to duel in those as well. I remember as a kid winning one of those like booster boxes for like the first time. I was like so pumped, especially because, you know, again, growing up poor, right? Like we can't really afford things. So like being able to like get a box for free, man, was like sick. Would I have an entry for gold before stream ends? Yeah, technically speaking, you know, you could have shorted gold already again at the hold beneath this channel here. Like you could have had a 2R trade already, basically. 2R trade to the downside. Yeah, 100% Ivan. 100%, dude. NQ looks like it's bouncing. NQ is just in a weird place right now. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that right now. NQ is in a very weird place. Yeah. Welcome to Project 365, guys. I'm just looking at the numbers here. I know there's more of you guys here right now. Drop a thumbs up, guys. There's like 400 of you guys. We should be able to get to 250 thumbs up on stream very easily. We're going to do a 25K growth account giveaway with Tradeify. And just so you guys know, I am going to be a little bit more aggressive on those thumbs up today, in a sense of like, I'm not going to bridge that gap. So 250 might be the first destination, but instead of like 400, I'm just looking for 350. If we can get to 350 thumbs up right after that, I'll do another giveaway right after that. And then so on and so forth. So let's keep them pumping, guys. Nice. You got that short trade, Johns. Let's go. Good work, man. Good work. This is what I'm talking about, though, right? I might not be able to catch every trade because I'm engaging with you guys, but if you guys can catch it, man, that's a freaking dub. NQ is barcoding. No jokes, man. No jokes. Thanks for answering that question, Mitch. Yeah, we'll see what we do here. 200 EMA bounce. This is where some people I know that if they you asked kind of that question you asked earlier about like how to use VWAP, right? This would be an example of like if you want to use the 200 EMA, you could try to scalp it, or you could wait for the VWAP bounce and see if you can capture like a 1 or 2R trade. That could be an option as well. Ooh, cool, Vernati. Thanks for sharing that, guys. Vernati just dropped the chat in the box. Drop a chat in the box. Drop a message in the chat box there saying that TradingView is providing premium free trials for 30 days, and they're giving it out so anyone who wants can get it. Thanks for sharing that, man. That's cool. Have you guys tried the FIFA chips yet? Like the FIFA Lays? There's like 4 different flavors. This is like one of them. Cheese souffle. They have like a... I don't know if this is only maybe in Canada actually, because they have a bacon poutine one. Cheese souffle, cheese onion, and then steak chimichurri, I think it is. I'm not sure if you guys have had it yet, but these are really good. These are my munchies for the night. Maybe this is just for FIFA for Canada then. Yes, I am, Jay. Yes, I am. I have two kiddos. Ivan, yes. I met Jake in New York City, actually. I flew down there to see him, grab a drink at the bar, meet him live, say my thanks, you know, because like at that point in time in my trading career, I had already found such strong success, and I want to appreciate him, obviously, for what he's done in the community. Jake's done so much free content in the community. It's been amazing, right? So, yeah, him and I have met live before. I haven't done any of his like big meetups though, because it just unfortunately has coincided poorly with all the things that I've been going through. But whenever he does do one, I am going to try to make a point to visit. It'd be kind of cool to have all the Project 365 hosts all together in one spot, right? Good bonding, good chatting, all that type of stuff. Jake's a good guy, man. You have some different flavors, eh? Neva, yeah, I do. The 9 EMA, I usually have it on my 5-minute time frame. I mean, technically speaking, like Theo, when I was in the Discord, I was like very active actually. You would not, if you are in the Rake Discord back then, you may not have seen me because I was specifically active in the mastermind chat. I used to post everything in there, like all my trades. I was like, yeah, and I was trading like every day. I would say I was more obsessed with trading back then than I am now. And it sounds crazy to say that because of my success curve is completely different now, where like I'm way more successful now from a P&L perspective compared to where I was before, but I was super obsessed when I was learning the craft. So I posted a lot, I shared a lot, and I obviously advocated for Jake a great deal on the social space as well. So I think we just built a good relationship just through that alone, but definitely meeting live made it more real. I find that's even for me with one-on-one students, right? Like some people who live locally in Vancouver, because I take one-on-one students from around the world. Like I have people in the US, in Italy, in Singapore, who else? Australia. Like I have people from all around the world that I work with, but whenever I get a chance to meet someone locally in Vancouver, I'll meet them live. And I'll do that because I think it really does help make everything about trading feel more real. Because like when you just see someone on like social media, it's like who's that guy, right? Like you can't really tell if that person's even genuine or if they're just putting up a facade. But when you meet someone in real life, it's just a very different ballgame. Zach, I 100% agree with you, man. Yeah, you know what? If we put a 2-minute fail to go lower at VWAP, I'd be interested in scalping along there. But let's just see though. And I say let's just see because I want you guys to understand that like when price is moving, it depends on how price moves into that area, right? Like if price just dives into it versus price consolidates into it or price slowly grinds into it, like the way that price moves into an area is also important, right? So, but yeah, I'm just watching that for now, just to see what it does. How often do I trade? Well, Jay, maybe this is a good time for me to kind of just quickly, actually, you know what? Jay, I'm going to touch on that a little bit later on. I want to get to this 250 thumbs up so I can do the giveaway. And then when I'm doing the giveaway and you guys are spamming the chat, I'll go through my trader stats and then you can see how many trades I actually take. On average right now, Jay, I probably trade about like 4 to 6 trades a day. And that's over the course of Asia, London, and New York. And so if I would say that if I was just trading for myself, not on stream, not with a student, none of that, just by myself, honestly, I'd probably be pretty comfortable just 2 or 3 trades. I used to trade a lot more though. If you actually look at my trader stats calendar from like last year, man, I have days where I've like traded like 10, 12 trades at a time in a day. You're welcome, P-Swan. Thanks for constantly tuning in, man. I recognize your name, so thank you, man. Aditya, man, hello. How's it going? We're about 40 thumbs up away from doing this 25K account giveaway, gang. I mean, you're right earlier, Zach. I mean, it looks like NQ is trying to hold. I mean, we're definitely holding that area. Yeah, my P&L was definitely bigger. Yeah. I'll go over that later on as well. Like, I think in 2025, like, my average month was like 60,000, 70,000 in a P&L. And I had some months that went over well over 100,000. Adam, did you say your aim? Did you say your aim? Adam, is that question for me? Did you say your aim? What's that referring to? Sorry. Joby Rajan, hey, welcome, man. Good to have you here. There's lots, man. There's lots to learn when it comes to trading, so definitely soak it all in, man. Soak it all in. The one thing I can say to you as a new trader is don't just follow signal trades. It's not a good way to learn. You can build some really bad habits doing that. What was that? You said you recognize someone's name. Oh, I said, sorry, I recognize their name. Name, not aim. Super Metroid. I forget. Are you from Vancouver? The New Pho restaurant's good. It's good. It's actually from Toronto originally. There's quite a few good pho places in Vancouver, but I will say that one and Pho and Vo, that probably is like top 5, I would say, based on like ambience, service, food. Because like I obviously work in the restaurant business for a living, right? So I'm a little bit harder. Like it's not just about the quality of the food, but it's also like the service, the cleanliness, like the whole spiel. I would say the new location they opened up at Kingsway is like really good. It's really nice. You should definitely, if you live in Vancouver, give it a shot, man. Why are you making less bread now? To be honest, it's all about pivoting in life, right? Life is not linear, Ivan. You know, I'm as a person who trades the market, entrepreneur, working with restaurant business across the city and all that. Also, being the fact that I'm taking on students now. I think that's probably been the biggest one. Last year when I was trading for myself and just for myself. That's it. So I didn't worry about working with anyone else, time and all that stuff, right? So that was a big factor to that. Now I'm working with students. It does take a lot of time. So I'm spending more time nurturing students right now, and I'm taking more time helping my business client take them to the next level as well, because the business that I work with, I've already helped them 5x their business in the past 5 years. I'm looking to 5x their business again for the next 5 years. So as I'm scaling up my work in the business world, as well as helping more students find success, it's natural that I'm going to peel back in my own trading. And to be honest, right, like this is where that whole greed comes into play, right? Just because I had a 6 to 7 figure year last year, it doesn't mean I need to do it again this year. That should never be an expectation that we as traders set for ourselves. If anything, I think that mindset sets you up to fail, because you're shooting for numbers that are not necessarily maybe prevalent, because you don't control the market, right? So for myself, just so you know, and I'll go over that later on when I go through my trader stats, I've already had a 6-figure year. Like I'm already at 6-figure right now. And we're only like halfway through the year, right? So just understand that when I say I'm taking it easy, yes, I'm taking it easy, but considering the year that I just had last year, I would say anything I do at this point is taking it easy, because I had such a massive year last year. So that'd be my 2 cents on that. Chilling with you, not taking any Yankee chip at the moment. Thanks, Jay Sullivan. What makes you stay with your strategy after strategy hopping? Journaling, man. Journaling. I've literally been talking about journaling for the past couple of years, right? Like that's the thing I talk about the most. Because if you can't study the way you trade, you'll never get it, right? You're just throwing crap on the wall and hoping that it sticks, and it just doesn't work. Unless you have an eidetic memory and you can remember everything, not ideal. Archref, the first one, not the second one. 6-0 to 7-0. I'll show you guys the trader stats later. What instruments do you trade the most? What do you recommend for beginner ES? NQ, ES, I guess both would work. I would naturally just say NQ just because I'm biased. I only trade the NQ. I would say the NQ is pretty reasonable. Just make sure you trade micros, I should say. MNQ is probably what you want to trade, Steph. What are signal trades? Can you dumb it down? Slime Academy. Basically what I'm saying is that, like, don't trade just because I'm trading. Like, let's just say hypothetically right now, I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna long gold right now. Don't just long because I'm saying I'm gonna long gold. Like, that's not sustainable, right? Like, what you're doing is you're subconsciously wiring your brain to think that that's an okay thing to do when it's not, right? Oh, you're from Alaska. Damn. I've never been there. Alaskan cruise is on the bucket list, though. Yeah, Preppy. Yeah. Arch, I trade prop firms for futures, but I trade options for personal. I will never trade futures on personal. Unless prop firms kind of cease to exist, I will never trade personal. For me, it makes no sense. I might as well leverage the capital when I can, right? Julian Robinson, I will do 1 to 2R during this type of session just because usually it's very choppy. During New York session and what have you, maybe I'd be open to a little bit more than that. So it depends on the session I trade. Slime Academy, I don't account for that. Like, I don't really account for whether the banks are closed or what have you. I will trade the chart. So whatever the chart says, I'll take. Do you know Quang Tran? Sean, are you asking me if I know a person named that? You need to help him start with his bun-mace shop. Oh, no, I don't. I don't think so. I mean, I think I would recognize the name. It's a very unique name. There's a lot of bun-mace shops. Are you from Vancouver too, Sean? Jay, strategy. I'm a price action trader. I trade trends and I trade ranges. Bar fanatic. Market structure. Levels. Reference points. That type of deal. That would be my summary of how I trade. Oh, and also multi-time frame analysis. Sorry. Yeah, don't rush the process, man. People rush trading way too much. Yeah, no, not gonna do that. Not worth it. How do I get started with journaling? I don't know what exactly to focus on. So Ivan, I mean, that's it's a broad question, to be honest. These are the type of things I go over on one-on-ones because it's a lot. Like, it actually takes a long time to go over it. It's not as simple as me just like blasting a few points. But if I were to quickly summarize it for you, Ivan, basically anything that results in a trade, you should be journaling. Your emotions, the market, the news, the technicals, like everything that involves in your trading should be journaled. Yeah, I know, Zach. A lot of people are using AI to help assist them in those areas. Yeah, man, whatever works, man. If it works for you, amazing. Having a hard time to walk away after a loss. How do you overcome this as this is part of being successful in a way? Obviously, honestly, Steph, I 100% agree with you. It's not just a part. I would say it's a large part of being successful. I always say that just because you can make money doesn't mean you can keep the money, because risk management is everything. You can have a home run of a day, a week, a month, a year, and you can lose it all in a fraction of the time. So risk management is everything. I think a lot of times, Steph, it's about not taking it personal and being able to remove yourself from the thought process of saying that you can control the market, because you can't, right? Once a prop firm makes you go live with your account, are you allowed to open up new prop accounts and start all over? Adam, if you're with a different prop, sure. But if you're in the same prop, no. You can't do sim and live at the same time. It's either or. Can't do both. Oh, really? Oh, he's from Edmonton too. Oh, that's cool, man. I'll definitely check it out. I'm going to be heading out there in a couple months. I'm not in a trade right now, Ashcott, if that's what you're asking. I'm just going through the chat right now. Can you please, Barbara, can you do one live example of how you do it? Neva, I would say that bar by bar, I don't want to share that, to be honest, and I'll give you a couple reasons. It's not that I'm trying to be guarded. One, parts of the bar by bar is part of Jake's mastermind. Although him and I do have some varying differences between the two, it is part of his mastermind, and it's not my sauce to give out in that regard, just out of respect for him. So if you want to subscribe to his Discord, Discord Premium, I kind of put in their chat earlier on. That comes with the subscription. You can actually go through all of that, and it'll go through all of that information for you. In terms of how I go through bar by bar, basically I would recommend Al Brooks. Al Brooks is probably the best book to read. Sorry, I just missed the mention. Neva. That's kind of where I did all my learning, right? So that's learning how to read bar by bar, failure to go lowers, higher, more Bozu bars, like all those different things, right? So it's about, because when you're reading bar by bar, what you're looking at essentially is you're looking at what is happening in each time frame, each candle. The buyers and the sellers are at war. What does that look like? Where is it happening? Like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing in itself, right? It's a lot. Like, I spend hours and hours teaching that, actually. So it's definitely not something that I you could just kind of go over willy-nilly here. Like just even giving you an example right now, like on the 2-minute time frame, right? Like this is like a 2-minute failure to go lower. This is a 2-minute hammer that we're obviously closing above VWAP. What does that mean? It means that obviously buyers are trying to hold above VWAP. Now, from that though, where do we go? Again, depending on how many different indicators you're looking at, you might be stumped. If you're like worried about the 200 EMA, you might not want to long this. But earlier, as you saw, I had a forecaster here because, like, you know what? I think we can bounce here. The only reason why I didn't want to take it was because the risk to reward for me just wasn't worth it. So I didn't want to take it. That's the only reason why I bailed on it, right? But that would be, I guess, my example for you, Neva, about bar by bar. Tan1, I prefer end of day, but with Take Profit Trader, especially if you're just starting up, you don't have a choice but do intraday. So either way, I could trade both. Preppy, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if there's a free journaling app. Look, like the way I look at it is this: if you guys don't want to use any paid fact, because I use Trader Stats, right? And I find that the best price bucket is like $15 a month. I mean, that's pretty cheap, to be honest, for a journal that does everything you need. But if you're wanting to do it for free, I mean, you can always just use your Excel. Like I have a lot of students that just use Excel. They journal that way, or they'll use like Notion, which is, I use Notion for business as well. So those are a few different things. By the way, this pullback we're having on gold, this is exactly what I'm talking about, that 200 EMA. That's why earlier when I had my forecaster up and I want to long, I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do it. It's just too risky. I made 600 today and I'm negative 600 chasing it. Yeah, man, we don't chase trades. I know you're still learning right now, Slime Academy, but chasing trades is definitely no bueno. Just started working with Al Brooks. Yeah, bar by bar, 100% trading bot. Is it better to lose the account before they force you to go live to avoid it? Because I think I'm sim funded is way better than moving to live. So the 10 player, first and foremost, I will tell you that I don't think any person who streams will ever tell you to blow your account personally. And the reason why, it's because it's technically against the rules. If they can see that you're purposely sim farming them, they will ban you. So just be very cognizant of that in that realm. Honestly, in terms of sim funded or live, that really depends on what your end game is, right? Because both of them have different value to it, right? Obviously, live minimizes the amount of accounts that you have, but when you're in live, you have no rules, essentially, for the most part, right? Like your rules are a lot more cleaner. And again, from a taxation perspective, that also matters. So depending on where you are around the world, the taxes are different. So to each their own. I will say that would be my answer to you. But yes, I know a lot of people would prefer to sim trade. I haven't looked at the NQ in a little while. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that in the NQ. We're also kind of setting up like a 1, 2, 3 on the FF indicator as well. I mean, if we were to risk a short trade, if you were to risk a short trade right now on the NQ, it would be a little bit of a wider stop. It's possible. Let's see. This is a little bit of a risky trade, right? Just remember that reversal trades are always lower probability. What time is it right now? 11:19. I'll take a stab at this. So we're going to go for 1R. Sorry, just getting back to the chart here. Hey, ADHD, good stuff, man. Good luck with reading that, man. Take lots of notes. GC looks like a long off of VWAP. Yeah, it does. It did look like it, but like I said earlier, there's a reason why I don't want to long this, right? And so far, my thesis is being proven right at the moment. I'm more bearish on gold than I am bullish on gold, naturally. Sorry. Just catching up with the chat here. Will you ever drop a trading course? Duchess, I'm working on it right now. And I am working on it because I'll tell you, I know a lot of people want to work with me from a mentorship level, but the reality is I want you guys to understand this. When I do a full-blown mentorship, essentially what it means is that you're learning my system, but I'm also doing one-on-ones with you, like every 2 weeks or every week or every month, like depending on what it is. And so if I'm doing that over the course of like a year, for example, it's a lot. And I think most people can't afford that. So I am working on something more affordable, Duchess, just because I realize that that's probably too expensive for most people. Just follow me on Instagram. I've been working on something, so I will share it soon. I just haven't finalized everything, but I can definitely loop the gang in. Just follow me on Instagram, and you guys can always inquire there. Because that's, if I'm going to share that news, that's where I'm going to post it. So thanks for asking, though, Duchess. What's up, Amir? The risk to reward wasn't worth it because when I looked at where the reward target was for gold, there wasn't enough even for me to take 1R. So I didn't want the trade. Amir, I did. Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot to talk about my NQ trade earlier. Thanks for reminding me. I will talk about my NQ trade earlier, but I'm also in an NQ trade right now. I'm just kind of reading through this right now. Apparently, Stonk Journal is free, according to Ray Rascal. I don't know what that is though. Dara, I've done that before actually. That whole break and retest question. Basically, I don't like consolidations. People mistaken consolidation at an area as break and retest when it's not. Hey, have a good night, Mitch. Take it easy, brother. Why does the time matter if I'm not setting limits on the trade? Slime Academy, what do you mean by time? Are you talking about like literally time on the clock or like... Okay, so you're referring to that as in time. Time matters because when the market opens up, London opens up, Tokyo opens up, like volume comes in during that period. So you run the risk of basically getting spiked up by volatility before the move actually happens. I put my Instagram in the chat already, gang, so you guys can click on it there. What up, Kenny Tran? Go-to strategy? My go-to strategy is my strategy, so I don't know how I would answer that question. I trade reversals, I trade trends, and I trade ranges. So either way, I'm good with it. I don't know if this is your first time Amir hopping on it, because someone literally asked me about my strategy earlier, and I literally just went through the whole summary of it early on. Oh, this NQ pop's gonna take me out, guys. Oops, sorry, wrong one. This NQ pop might take me out, man. Oh. If it does, it does. If you look at my chart review earlier on when I did my NQ review, technically the entry that I took doesn't even resemble my chart review from earlier. As you can see, I was looking for like that break and retest and we never really got it. So technically speaking, this is not a good planned entry. But I did want to take a stab on it though. I was very curious. And I was very curious because it did look like we were starting to kind of roll over. And on the FF indicator, it looked like we're shaping up for that as well. But this might actually just take me out here, guys. Sorry, just go through the chat here. Can you explain the consolidation versus the break and retest more? Yeah, I mean, like, technically this is consolidation, guys. Like, what we're going through right now in the NQ, this is just consolidation. There's no break and retest. A break and retest has to be, like, for me, it has to be enough for price to move away from wherever you're trying to retest and then come back afterwards. These are, like, your bars are just barcoding in the area, so that doesn't really count, right? What made me want to help? So, Ivan, I know you've been on a few of my streams already, and I've kind of shared my life story. I've come from very little. I am where I am because someone helped me along the way. So personally for me, I'm always looking to see how I can help other people climb a ladder of success. Making money is great, but you'll never make enough money. There's always more that you're gonna wanna make. And so for me, I find it more fulfilling to help people along the way. That's far more important. In the corporate world that I used to work in, like the reason why I enjoyed what I did was because I was helping people become leadership, right? And by the way, I got stopped out on that trade. All good. I helped a lot of people make it into the headquarters, right? I help a lot of people find success, help people build their businesses. Because in the end of the day, trading is just for yourself. Because of how I got to where I am in life, I'm more focused on trying to give back and help people in any way I can. Obviously, my time costs money, so I can't give it away for free because obviously, if you're asking me, would I rather spend time with my family or coach someone for free? I mean, I think the answer is pretty obvious on that one, right? So, but yeah, that's the reason why I've decided to spend more time with students more than anything this time. No problem. So tagging now. We'll let NQ do its thing. So that's we took one small loss on this account, which is all good. Oh yeah, I need to talk about the trade I took earlier. Sorry, I just completely forgot. So earlier on the NQ, so this is before the stream even happened. The trade that I ended up taking here, and I just need to take a look at the FF indicator as well so I can catch it. So this area was essentially where I caught my longs. And so what I was looking for on this setup here, I'm going to switch over to the FF indicator because this will be a lot more clear. On the FF indicator earlier on, what I was looking for on the 5-minute was I was looking for us to come back and retest this area, which is the 5-minute trigger line. And the reason why I was looking for this 5-minute trigger line retest was because even from a structures perspective, sorry, it made sense, right? So when we had the candle reaction that we had there, I did take my longs there, so I caught my win on that. So I have a daily payout already lined up now for one of my accounts. Now I just gotta see if I can lock in a little bit more on another account, which is what I'm trading with right now. But that was one of the long trades I took earlier on. Just 11 more thumbs up, gang, and we can do this giveaway for the group here. No problem, Ivan. Nice, nice. Glad you're up on that $600 on that trade. Interesting, gold. What are we trying to do here, gold? Let's watch here, see if we can double bottom on gold here. I'm not taking an entry yet. I'm just creating the forecaster box just to see what I'm working with. Steph, I do trade the New York session, but only with students. I don't do it on my own, actually. Just because, like, my early mornings are my time with my family and my time with my business stuff. So I usually prioritize that, especially for like Mondays. Like Monday, my Mondays are like stupid crazy busy. Yeah, Dominic Plaza. I'm kind of seeing what we do here. We have about a minute left here until we lock in this 15-minute close here. So let's just see what we do here. I'm still, like I said, I'm still bearish. Like right now, it doesn't look bullish in any way, which is why I'm trying to see what type of candle close we get here. Oh, Hidden Ancient. Are you in shorts on gold right now? Right on, dude. Oh, we got the thumbs up for the giveaway. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know, Bulgy. Are there affordable futures to trade with liquid BP, or is it only worth trading futures funded? Shawnee, what do you mean by that question? Sorry, I don't really understand that. I don't understand the terminology. Oh, well, you could trade MNQ, Sean, if that's the case. If that's what you're referring to. All right, we're going to do the giveaway in here, guys, now, okay? So I'm going to type out the instructions here for the gang. that's not the close I wanted, so I'm not interested in longs right now. So while we're going through this right now, I'm going to go through my trader stats because I know you guys are spamming. So you guys have the next 4 minutes to participate in this giveaway. It's a 25K growth account with Tradeify, which basically means no activation fee, which is amazing, right? So while we're going through this, I am going to go through my trader stats and all that. And just an FYI, guys, don't ask any questions while everyone's spamming the chat, because if you ask any questions, I'm not going to see it. So I just want to just make sure I put it out there for you guys. Let me go, give me a second here, gang. I am just trying to log into my stuff here so I could show you guys. All right. All right, guys, so this is my trader stats, guys, just so you guys can see for the month of June so far. Holding about an 81% win rate on the given month, profit factor 5.48. You guys know from the earlier stream, like you saw that I had a much higher win rate when I started, and I made the comment right out of the gate, said, look, it may say 90% win rate right now, but that's not going to last. And I know it was not going to last because like over the course of time, as I clock in more trades, that number is going to average out. And usually I average around like the 70 to 80 percentile. It's kind of where I average. Profit factor wise, 5.48. If you guys remember, my profit factor was like 14 or something ridiculous before. Again, as you clock in more trades, it's natural for it to like get normalized a little bit here. In terms of my calendar, you can kind of see here already for those who are kind of asking that question. Like this is just an example of like the trades that I take on a given day. You can see here I have one red day. Other than that, I don't have any other red days. And a part of that also is because for those who don't know already, I don't copy trade. So because of that, I have more ammunition, so to speak, to trade the market. So if I, like, for example, you saw me take a loss earlier. Not a big deal. I have multiple accounts. I'll trade more. Inevitably, and I don't want to say inevitably, maybe that's a little too cocky or too arrogant, but I will find my way to see if I can get a win somewhere else. And as long as I get a win that exceeds my losses, then I end up being green on the day. Hence, you see the days I have here, right? And some days are bigger, some days are smaller, right? Like you can see on Thursday, I made $1,000, but I took 6 trades. Whereas on Friday, I have 5 trades. I have 1 less trade, but somehow I doubled my profit. So it depends on the day, obviously, that will decide that. Then when we talk about payouts as well, this is where I log everything. You can see here the payouts that I've achieved already. So Ivan, I know you asked the question earlier on just about like, you know, why take it easy? Like, in the end of the day, you can already see, right? Like I'm not looking, I don't have to hit the number that I have to hit from last year in order for me to feel great. I'm very content with where I'm at. And then you can see these are all the different payouts that I've taken over the course of time, and basically how you can verify this, because Trader Stats is public. Like you can hop on here anytime and take a look at it. If you click on this right now, it'll show you the certificates that I basically got from the prop firms logged on here. So as a point of reference for you, same thing with here, like Lucid, for example. These are the payouts, right, that I got. This one, I think right here was from my cat move to live. So you can see here, live cash payout. That was from the live move, right? So those are just some examples of like my trader stats information, right? And then even if I were to go to Take Profit Trader, right? Like I know this is something people always want to see. Like this is just to show you guys this is like a real account. Like this is like the dashboard. This is some like wallpaper thing. You can kind of see here already that, and same thing. I can't remember who it was that was in the chat that mentioned that they were waiting for payouts as well. I'm the same. You can see here from June 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. I'm on a daily payout streak right now with TPT. You can see here that I have 2 submitted, and this was from the Wednesday pay, Thursday pay, and this is the Friday pay that I just requested for. So yeah, they haven't hit. They've been extracted, but they haven't hit yet. So I'm in the same boat. But anyways, that's just kind of giving you guys some transparency on kind of like where I'm at right now with that. So anyways, hopping back to the regular screen, because I think the giveaway is almost done. Yeah, there's 10 seconds left here, guys. All right, we'll pick a winner here, guys. Laura H8U 1V, are you here? I need a proof of life here. Laura H8U, I want to make sure you're here. Laura H8U, are you here, my friend? You are here. Awesome. Reach out to me on Instagram, Laura, and yeah, just DM me there, show me the proof, and I will send you the code after the stream is done here, okay? So now that we hit 250 thumbs up, by the way, gang, we will look for 350. That will be the next gold target here. No problem at all. No problem at all. So guys, so this is a very perfect example, guys, right? Like, and you can see that I'm obviously very unfazed by this. This is an example when we talk about like that break, the plan, right? When I took my short earlier, that wasn't part of my original plan. And I'm okay with it. I took my risk and I want to see if we were going to get some follow through, which we didn't. But you can see here already, this was the better entry. You saw that earlier I drew this up. I said, I would like to see if we can come back and test the level and the channel and we can short from there. And had you taken the 2-minute or the 5-minute short, either of those would have offered you a nice short position and with very minimal risk, right? You can see here already, that would have been a 2.5R short to the downside. So again, I know I was like going through chart reviews and I was going through my trader stats and stuff like that during the giveaway period, so I didn't take any trades. But there you go. That was a very good example of a trade you could have taken following the original plan that I mentioned during the chart review, right? So hopefully that kind of helps, guys. Favorite books on trading? I like Al Brooks, man. I know they're hard to read, but the Al Brooks books, I talk about them all the time. It's on my Instagram as well. Trading the Trend, Trading the Range, Trading Reversals with Al Brooks. I like those books. Otherwise, I know a lot of people like The Disciplined Trader and Trading in the Zone, The Mental Game of Trading. Those are some books as well. I personally don't care for those too much, just because, again, psychology has always been a strength for me. So I don't read too many psychology books in trading, just because I do a lot of that in business and the corporate career life world before already. So I've never watched any of Al Brooks' videos, actually. People have asked me that same question many times, though. Never tried, though. Never tried. We got about 20 minutes left here until the London Open here. We have about 51 thumbs up away until we do the next giveaway, gang. Should I take one more stab at this? I mean, I feel like I kind of missed the best entry, to be honest, though. What would my stop loss be if I took this right now? This would be a 38-point stop loss. Oof. Yeah, I can't speculate on whether the gaps are going to be filled now or not. I'll give it a bit of wait, maybe, actually. I do kind of want to short this, but I don't like how large that gap is there. So trades you take are derived from the Al Brooks style. Sure, you could say that. I mean, bar by bar, Randy, if you're referring to that, I do. I don't trade exactly like Al Brooks, if that's what you're referring to. TSF, man. Much love, brother. I'm happy to hear, man. That's awesome. Do I believe the gaps will be filled anytime soon? No, I don't like to predict those kind of things because like we're pretty far away from there. Could we? Yeah, sure. Maybe when we lead into the New York session, like maybe London might just reverse the whole thing. Who knows? Yeah, these are Zach. This would 100% be a reversal trade. We'll give it a bit of time here. Look at that, Zach. As we're talking about it too, eh? What's the playlist? You guys like the playlist? People asked me last time too. This is the playlist, gang. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Bullish trend, 100%. That's why I made the comment earlier that the short trade earlier on would have been like the best, like that nice 1R, 2R right here. That was like the nicest and safest one to take. The next one we'll see for longs as we go into the open here is we're going to want to see if we can catch longs at the break and retest later on. So we'll see if we get that. Do I mark the London highs and lows? If so, what time is the low? I don't mark it. I don't mark it out personally. Actually, I was gonna say that's like one of the things the FF indicator is good for. Is like it actually automates that process for you. So Asia highs, Asia lows, London highs, London lows actually marks all that for you. But no, I don't really mark London lows or London highs or Asia lows or Asia highs. I just kind of mark out the whole overnight session as a whole. What's the best Brooks to start with out of the 4 trend, reversal range, and bar by bar? So just so you know, the bar by bar books, right? The original bar by bar is just called bar by bar reading price action. The one that I have, which is the trend book, the reversal book, and the range book, those is just basically a broken down version of the original book, Fastlane. Just so you're aware. How do you go about double bottoms entries? What time ranges to help you get in? So ADHD, it depends on how deep the move is or like how big the move is overall. Like obviously the larger the trend that you're trying to fight, the larger the time frame you're going to want naturally. That would be my answer to you. So right now, like, yeah, like you'd want a larger time frame reversal is essentially what you'd be looking for that. Don't tell me you want a prize for most boring backgrounds. Yeah, well, I have to shift things up a little bit now with the music. I know people were getting bored of the Naruto music I was playing before. Like how organized you are. Oh, thanks, Carl. I'm getting better at supply-demand flips, so break and retest plays. If there was one conflict strategy to add to these set of plays, what would it be? I'm getting better at supply-demand. Sorry, Jar, what's your question? Are you like you asked about break and retest, but then you asked about confluence strategy. So what do you mean? Can you elaborate on that question a little bit more for me? Yeah, I'm still not bullish, man. We'll see. Let's see how we close here. Not the best close. Not the best close. I would have liked a better 5-minute close on that gold plate. It can still move up, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it can't right now. I would have liked a better 5-minute close though. Especially on this gold downtrend. Yeah, the risk to reward isn't worth it for me. I know some people take like negative R trades, and if they wanted to, they could, but this is the setup wouldn't work well for me just because of the reward. Yeah, I mean, for confluence wise, it's my entire system, right? The way that I review multi-time frame analysis, the way I view bar by bar, market structure, like everything, that's my confluence. It's the check boxes of my playbook. I don't look at ES for divergence. I don't look at the VIX. I don't look at any of the other stuff. If that's what you're referring to, I don't look at any of that stuff. So like the only additional thing outside of my own personal trading system that I look at, I'd be looking at like whatchamacallit. I'd be looking at the FF indicator. Like that would be an additional conviction component. Hey, Peach, good to see you, man. What's the gold contract right now? Let me double check here. It's GCQ right now. GCQ 2026. I believe that's the gold contract. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. We get about 40 thumbs up left before we can do the next giveaway, gang. And we have 13 minutes left until the stream is up here. Neva, I think about like 300 points. $300 points was my biggest trade, I think. That was like a $10,000 plus trade, essentially, was what it was. ETH, Joby, you can't really, it doesn't make sense to trade RTH when you're trading the overnight session. You would basically see nothing. Any advice on trading after a bad breakup? I assume, as you're talking about like breakup as like personal relationship breakup, I'd say don't trade at all. If you're ever, my advice to anyone is that you should never be doing anything really important when you have a heightened emotions. So a breakup, I would imagine, is quite a heightened emotion situation. So I wouldn't trade at all, my friend. Phenoms, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's, I don't want to ever wish that upon anyone, man. That's rough. And yeah, man, you don't want to go through that. No, I wouldn't say that, Eddie. I think it was more clear that it was failing earlier. I wouldn't consider this as clear as it was earlier. Again, a risk can be had for a trade, for longs, it can. I'm just saying that the risk to reward isn't worth it for me right now. Because yeah, otherwise it could be a negative R trade. $30 thumbs up away, guys. Stream's up in 10 minutes. You got 30 thumbs up to get to that last giveaway there, guys. Do you think charts are real or just computers? What do you mean by that, Iron? Whoever's typing enter into the giveaway, you must not be on live right now. You must be watching the old part of the stream. We haven't started the giveaway because we already finished that one. Next giveaway is 19 thumbs up way. The sooner we get to that, the sooner we can start the next giveaway, guys. I'm gonna say no. I feel like we could go down a very conspiracy route on that question. The markets are the markets, right? Duchess, honestly, Asia and London are both great. New York is the only time that's rough to trade for a beginner, just because price action moves way too fast. Super Metroid, yeah, I do. Yeah, Iron, I don't kind of subscribe to that thought process. I think once you start going down that path, if you think that someone is manipulating the money or whatever it may be in that regard, like you're going down a slippery slope. As a trader, we should be just focused on trading the chart. Anything else like that is just honestly just distraction at that point. No, for sure. I'm just like letting you know my opinion. It's hot here, man. It's hot. I have my Dyson Airblade fan literally blowing into me right now. It's drying out my eyes, but it's keeping me cool. Stop hunting basically means when like people believe that price action is trying to intentionally hit your stop loss before it moves into the other direction. Right, guy. That's why I don't want to. That's why I don't want to dive into that conversation too much, because that's like a whole can of worms. Puppy? I like put-on pen. Put-on pen's like butter beef, chicken wings, the lak lak. Either of them, love them. Yeah, Aaron, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're learning to trade right now, don't subscribe to that thought process, man. That's gonna really wreck your ability to trade. Dyson, Vernati, I have the Dyson that does the 180, not 360. Actually, maybe it does do 360, actually. I don't know. I've never used the 360 function. It probably is, actually, now that I think about it. Praga, no. If I was in a trade, you'd see it. Yeah, the Lakla. Yeah, it's good, man. Hey, that's awesome, man. Just make sure you know your markets, Super Metroid. Know your markets, know your conditions, know your financial economics. Do you use premium and discount? I'm not sure if that question was for me or someone else. I don't know what that means. Do you add more size when trading Asia and London because it moves slower? Steph? Yeah, I do. I trade higher size than I trade New York. That's totally fair, man. I mean, that's totally fair. I just don't like the regular fans. They're just too clunky for me. Market opens in 5 minutes, so I really want to risk this. Nah, you know what? I won't take this. This is not worth it. I like the double top, but we are 5 minutes from opening, so that's too risky for me to enter a trade right now. I want to short right now, guys, but like the market's going to open in 4 minutes. I don't want to be in the trade when the market opens in terms of its volume. That's when my stream ends at, Eddie. Me streaming up until midnight my time, which is 3 a.m. your time, that's already me putting me at a 4.5 hour sleep schedule for my everyday life. All right, we're at 350. We'll do the giveaway one last time here, guys. Give me a second. All right, there's the bot, guys. Go have at it. Market's opening up in 1 minute, gang. All right, London's opening up, guys. Gold's coming up to the trigger line right now, guys, which could set us up for a bit of a short. NQ is coming back down to test the trigger line as well, potentially. That would have been a nice. So although right now, guys, and so I want to touch on a topic right now that's actually pretty important. So you see here right now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, Alan, if you just shorted like you were planning on, you would have gotten your dub. Don't allow yourself to validate bad behavior. That is one of those things that I tell to students all the time about. Don't validate bad behavior. Because if you do that, you're gonna go down that spiral, and it's not gonna bode well for you. So my recommendation is that although yes, this worked out today, I'm indifferent. Like, it doesn't faze me at all. You guys have seen my track record. As a trader, I don't care. If a trade happens when I miss the move, not relevant, right? Because the sustainable behavior of a trader is what it's going to keep you afloat in the long run. All right, so the giveaway is going to be, let's see, who's the winner here, guys? Zach. Zach. S5002. Proof of life. Have you won before? All right. Thanks for being so honest, man. I'm going to rerun. By the way, Zach, can you do me a favor? Can you just DM me on Instagram anyways? I'm just going to leave my Instagram there. I know you've won before. So I'm going to redraw another one here, guys. But Zach, just DM me on Instagram just so I can keep track of that as well. I will pick another winner, guys. The next winner is Aditya24. I know I saw you earlier, so just double check and see if you're here. And as well, be honest if you've won before, because if you won before and I go through the list later on and you tell me you didn't, you will end up getting rejected. So, all right, Aditya, reach out to me on Instagram, my friend. Cool. Well, anyways, I mean, I know that the stream today, you know, again, kind of choppy, but we kind of ranged for the NQ, for gold, other than the nice break and hold beneath here. That was pretty much the only move that we had on the day for gold. Gold was definitely the better trade between NQ. But obviously, as I kind of went through all the things that I talked about today, just kind of be wary and be conscious. I don't know why you keep spamming enter, dude. The giveaway's done. Stop spamming, dude. Anyways, yeah, like I said, all the things that we talked about on the chart review, just make sure that you go over it and take a look and see if there is any opportunity over the course of the London session or the New York session for you to take a look at where you're going to have the ability to take those same setups still. Okay. So anyways, with that said, guys, thanks for tuning in, dude. I appreciate it. I do have to hop off. I got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. We can definitely continue the conversation there, and I will post and share what I've got going on whenever I can there as well. But I do appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Time, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thanks.